Your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. James Clear. This is a favourite quote of mine, and it comes from James Clear's book Atomic Habits. And the quote carries on to say, your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. Your clutter is a lagging measure of your cleaning habits. You get what you repeat. Instant gratification. Remembering that the outcomes of our habits often lag behind is something worth thinking about when you start losing motivation because you're not seeing results straight away. I mean, let's be honest, we all want instant gratification, right? It feels good. Like when you're lifting weights. In between sets, you might catch a glance of yourself in the mirror and notice that your arms look bigger than normal, or your chest perhaps looks bigger than normal, because you've got a pump on. And that pump is a great visual signal that the work that you are putting in is paying off, and this instant gratification reinforces your motivation to keep working out. But for most things in life, you don't get this motivational reinforcement straight away. For example, if you eat clean for a day and you manage to avoid the variety of snacks and junk food which are ever present in the world we currently live in, you probably won't see any changes whatsoever. You aren't going to wake up the next morning and magically have a ripped six-pack. This is because, as James Clear says, the outcome is a lagging measure of the habit. So, when confronted with the choice of whether to eat a healthy meal or binge out on fast food, something which I'm sure we can all relate to, it's good to remember that the benefits of making the smart choice won't be felt immediately, but they definitely will be felt later down the line if you stay disciplined and keep making the right choices. Because if you eat clean consistently, your health, your physique, your physical performance, your confidence will all improve for sure. Keep your habits in mind. So, whether you want to achieve a certain thing or improve a particular aspect of your life, keep your habits in mind. So, what do I mean by this? Let's take personal finance as an example. Perhaps you have a goal to save a certain amount of money each month, or perhaps your ambition is less specific and you just want to improve your financial situation in general. Well, a good way to make progress towards these goals is to think about the habits which will move you closer to your desired outcome. To reiterate James Clear's quote, your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. So, what financial habits could you adopt which would improve your net worth? Well, there are two ways to improve your net worth. You can either make more money, or you can try and spend less money. So, here are some habit ideas for how you can make more money. Number 1. Spend X amount of hours per week on a side hustle. Number 2. Attend one professional event per quarter which will aid your career development. And number 3. Schedule a meeting with your manager every X amount of months to discuss opportunities and pay rises. And here are just a few habit ideas for how you could try and save some more money. Number 1. Periodically review your investment and savings accounts to make sure you're getting the best returns. Number 2. Every 3 months, look at your bank statement to see if there's any needless spending which you could try and avoid. For example, a Netflix subscription which you don't actually use anymore. And number 3. Perhaps you have a low-level addiction to something like coffee or to buying clothes. Well, a good financial habit would be to set boundaries so that you don't spend too much money in these areas of your life. Or perhaps your personal finances are rocking and rolling, so you don't really need to worry about them, but you do want to improve your knowledge. As James Clear says, your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. So think of potential learning habits which you could adopt to help you become more knowledgeable. Here are some things that spring to mind for me. Number 1, challenge yourself to read 2 books per month. Number 2, read 1 article per day on a subject that you wouldn't normally encounter. And number 3, listen to an educational or informative podcast while doing menial tasks, like washing dishes or hanging laundry. These are all just ideas, right? But the important point that I'm trying to make is that, as James Clear says, your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. So invest some time into considering which habits would move you closer towards your goals, and then dedicate the focus and energy that is required to complete those habits consistently. The gratification won't always be instant, I can't guarantee that, I'm afraid, but rest assured that the positive changes that you make will compound over time, and you are guaranteed to have a better life in the future. So do your future self a favour and start making the changes today. And that's all from me, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you'd like to support the channel, then please smash the like button and hit subscribe, and drop me a comment below. Let me know what habits you are going to adopt to help cultivate the changes that you want to see in your life. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.